in third place, and bronze medalists, Germany.
So Germany come up to get their third place medals. And well, I guess in the end they did enough to edge out the Irish. Irish probably came into it in that third and fourth quarter, Stephen, in that playoff. But Germans, although they conceded maybe just one of those things, that they sort of geared very well for that shootout, in a couple of big moments in that shootout they got the goals. Or would you say that it was just a bit of, 50-50 and we had to have a shootout to decide who won that playoff?
I mean, they were clinical, Germany, but in the game and in the shootout, they took their chances better than Ireland did. I think Ireland deserved to edge the 60 minutes. They were slightly better. The first quarter, I think the Germans just edged it, but the other three quarters, the Germans defended well, tried not to let Ireland create too much, and the Irish grew into the game, got better, and deservedly got the goal at the end. The very least they deserved was the chance to beat Germany in the shootout.
Ladies and gentlemen,
just
the
missed
captain of the German squad. Folks, just a couple of words. We are extremely glad to have been here. Wonderful tournament, a wonderful city, wonderful all around us, and wonderful weather. That was a joke. Anyway, I hope to see all of you guys in Barcelona next year. I know that will be very well organized. We thank everybody for the good partnership that we had here, and thank you very much.
Few words and a bit of a joke as well from the German captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, in second place and the silver medalists, the Netherlands.
Dutch then led by Martin van Rijn, smiles there. I would say before the final we could have tossed a coin, I think, to see who would have won, because it's been so balanced between both sides in recent meetings, and the Dutch had something to try and win after losing in 2015, but did have some of that history of 2016 at the World Cup in the semi-final to knock out England. But again, the nemesis for the Dutch here was the shootout, Stephen, and that cost them, and it kind of won't go over it too much, but that was England were just clearly dominant in that shootout. They were, don't use the word again like the Germans, but clinical. Yeah,
I think the easiest way to say it is they were better. It was as simple as that. They did better. The better goalkeeper, the better forwards, and well, they weren't all forwards, but the better takers, we'll say. And you couldn't argue with it, because it was three bits of individual skill that beat the keeper, and they were all good finishes. Wonder if we'll get the weather joke from the Dutch captain.
Well, just a note as well to Wouter van Til, 9 goals, top goal scorer in the competition, 3 clear of Gordon Mackenzie of Scotland and Steve Sparks of Wales.
And neither of them got anywhere near the final.
I think some of the goals were against some of the less opposition. It was just a bit of a luck thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain of the Dutch squad.
Here's the Dutch captain, Martin van Rijn.
Yes, I'll do it in English. We were so happy to be here, and in this wonderful atmosphere, as the Scottish are able to design it for a real hockey tournament. Thank you very much, organisation committee. Fantastic. I made a terrible mistake with my opening speech with the team on Saturday evening.
I said, we're only coming here for one thing. And before I noticed it, I said, for silver. And I really am very happy with silver. But I would have preferred the gold medal. Congratulations, England.
So, I'm going to give it 1-1 on the jokes. It was a very good joke there. So the Netherlands take silver is exactly what Martin van Rijn wanted.
I wonder if he said it in Dutch or
Which
English.
brings us very nicely to the final medal. Winners of the European Over 60s Cup are England.
So here comes Mark Precious.
It's a great name, that, as well.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I have used earlier in the week, and I think they're probably one or two cringes when I said, oh, when he scored a precious goal earlier in the week, because he did score one or two important goals. Can't really resist saying it, can you?
I can, I don't know about you.
Well, I never had to say it today, but he could have turned up. Well, he did score a precious goal, and I suppose if you want to go with that, because he did get an equaliser and there was no other goals in the game, but I think we're just taking the jokes to a whole level below what the two captains have said so far, so hopefully Precious can deliver something else in the funny stakes, and probably he'll have a few words to say.
I think we should leave it to the experts.
Chris Rowe was England's top scorer with 5, and I think all his goals coming actually in the group stage, but important goals, but their goals I think spread it a little more, because although there was lots of goals for the Dutch as well, Van Til getting a good splurge of them. And at least, not to go back on the joke about the weather, but at least today, certainly for 3/4 of it, it's been decent blue skies and a bit of sunshine around. It's reasonably warm.
Yeah, it has been a good day. I think it's been reasonably warm all week, just varying degrees of wet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the European Cup for the over 60s to England.
There is the trophy, lovely trophy for Mark Precious, and he has it again. His side have it again, England have it again. After the European Cup of 2015, he has it again for 2017. Here's a few words.
I'm sorry about this, but the loudspeaker is now working, so you have to listen to me as opposed to a week ago. But I would like to say again, thank you very much, not just to all the players here, and particularly to Holland for what I thought was absolutely fantastic game, but also to all the organisers. It's been a fantastic tournament. We really have enjoyed it. It's run so smoothly. The pitches are nice. Clubhouse is nice. Everything is great. And I completely agree with Martin that gold is better than silver.
If I could now ask the other squads within the European Cup over 60s to come forward to collect their participants' medals. In 4th place are Ireland. A representative from Ireland to come forward to collect, please.
So we're going to just get some presentation medals that hand out to the rest of the teams involved
Belgium.
For the over 60s, all the remainder of the places. Obviously, with all the playoff games.
In 6th place were Spain. If a representative from Spain could come forward.
So Belgium defeating Spain in the 5th, 6th playoff. Scotland beat Wales in the 7th, 8th playoff.
Scotland.
We have touched on it a bit this week, but Scotland were 2 minutes away from being in the top 4, and they ended up being in the playoff for the last couple of spots, effectively. Well, third and fourth last, but still playing games.
In ninth place were Italy.
Italy played a couple of days or so going out against France in the 9th, 10th playoff in this competition. Italy winning, and Italy and France, some great characters there. Is Jod Can, we were touching earlier there with the pink top and the blue top and the blue coat on. He was part of the umpiring team as well. Got an injury to boot, but France and Italy, I think, still developing their seniors team, and it was a bit interesting to watch them, but good characters in their teams.
Remaining participating teams are represented from Netherlands Orange, who were fourth. If you have anybody from the squad here, if not a member of the Dutch group, perhaps, could collect. In fifth place were the Netherlands Blue. In sixth place were Alliance. And in seventh place were Southern Cross Red. So if any of these groups have representatives, yes. The two Netherlands groups were the Netherlands Orange and the Netherlands Blue.
So great to see other souvenirs, just giving everyone that's part of it. Obviously there's the big gold, the silver and the bronze, but for being part of the ceremony and the atmosphere, you get some souvenirs to take home, and it's not just turning up for a week and then disappearing. Felt to be part of this festival.
And
you can see to our left Conrad Ray's enjoying holding that trophy for over 60s.
European Cup over 65 group, if there's a representative,
wonder what it says on the medals for the other places. I can't imagine it would just say well done for finishing sixth or whatever. You'd think it'd be something to commemorate being here rather than.
I think that's what it's for. I think so. There's medals as a sort of thanks for being here, and it's a lovely souvenir to be getting them, I'm sure, especially for like the Australians going back, and Southern Cross have done reasonably well.
Way to Australia.
Yeah. And the Lights team has got players from different parts of the globe. Well, you're here for expert analysis. We had 3 speeches from the top 3 in the over 60s competition. Who would you give the funny quip of the speeches to?
They were all good.
Tough question.
The Dutch were alright. I like the Dutch guy.
However, without
Van
the
Rijn
next group,
that's the
there
one.
will be no competition, and that, of course, is to the umpires. I would ask the umpires to come forward and collect their medal.
Well, we did mention about umpires, and there's a lot of umpires, various age levels, but there's a clutch of young umpires in there as well.
We have the tournament director, the assistant directors, and the support squad. So if they could also come forward.
Yeah, the technical people that help provide the live timings for the Altair system that you've been watching at home all week. The umpires talked about, there's obviously various age ranges there, but a clutch of young umpires. We're working with some umpires that worked at Olympics and Commonwealth Games. Must be great for the young guns coming through.
I think young guns is maybe slightly the wrong phrase to use, but I get what you mean. Yeah, it's definitely, you need to build it from the earlier stages up, because that's the most successful way. It's been proven in so many different sports.
A few of the umpires there were in their early 20s, mid-20s, getting involved in this tournament.
I didn't even think of that. I was thinking more of the players there, but yeah, no, that's definitely more accurate. Yes.
Alas, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the close of our tournament. And we, as an organising committee, are wishing to thank you all for making this such an enjoyable and sociable event. One particular and first thing I want to say is that we are all able to go home. That might not have been the case had we not had the services of the Phoenix Medical and Safety Solutions team. So I would just like to thank them, as you have just done. The staff of the National Hockey Centre here for their unfailing helpfulness and good humour. For Scottish Hockey, who have allowed us the freedom of their office and services. For Glasgow Life, who own this magnificent stadium. Hello, are we still with? Yes, are we still there? Yes? All right. Glasgow Life, who own the stadium, and Lynn Colvin, who has managed and facilitated so many little details as well as the bigger details. You may have observed also you have had assistance from our little ACME volunteers. You might have noticed also that they were dressed in the form of the UN peacekeeping forces. To the sponsors also who assist us in this. We have had Ronnie from Glasgow Taxis presenting our medals and transporting us all over the city. Thank you very much. Our other sponsors is McCarthy and Stone. They will not be known to many of you if you are not in Scotland, but they are dedicated to looking after you in your retirement homes when you finally retire in your 90s to Scotland. We also thank Events Scotland, who facilitated the coverage of this whole event by QTV, which, as most of you know, has been broadcast all across the world. How many of us would still be were it not for the physios and the masseurs? Many thanks to them all. We have had the benefit of the catering from Oncroot in the stadium, West Brewery in the marquee, and Darren in his hot plate, and these, especially to the Germans, mysterious square sausages. I would also like here to Clydesdale Hockey Club, and in particular David Mackenzie and Cheesyton Lock, for all the hospitality and looking after us that they have displayed. And I would also thank Strathclyde University out at Steps, which was a great benefit. And now finally, I know these things go on long, but I wish to say our little overworked organising committee deserves a considerable vote of Eric, Alan Auld, Alistair Ogilvie, John Smith, and of course the world's correspondent, Jim Chisholm. Thank you, gentlemen, for your enormous dedication and workload. Now, I know it is the lure of the microphone, but I can feel Wynne getting restive, because, and all the Dutch will know this, he likes the microphone, and we will be delighted to hear from him. But before I do that, I want to make two presentations. One to the TD, if he has yet arrived. He has not, I don't think. He was out at yes, he was out at Steps. All right. And I have another one to our President. Most of you will know how this is to be used. You will notice it has two handles. And there's a big blank space in the middle. That gets filled with whiskey. And you take one handle, I take the other, and we finish it. is one other important duty, and that is to pass on the WGMA flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, everything is set by the captains, by our organizer, Kieran. Except for one thing, I always can find some excuse to make the microphone a couple of minutes longer. But we're 9 days of fantastic hockey. We show a great final game here. And of course, we expect everybody in Barcelona next year. Before that, I was very, very happy that the ladies have had a great tournament. Otherwise we was forgotten to mention it. And a symbol of our thank, it's a small symbol, it is the WGMA award in appreciation for all the work that is done. And nobody else can receive that better than Kieran. Up to that, the Empires have done a great job, of course, a difficult job, but as always, they have been honest and fair. For the rest, I'm hereby able to say the tournament is closed and we see you all in Barcelona. Be happy.
So there is the flag getting furled back up from Glasgow. Very briefly, Stephen, final thoughts on what you've seen over the last 9 days of what's been around here in Glasgow.
It's been great hockey. I think everyone's enjoyed themselves. The organisers have done a great job, as they've said. Everyone on the pitch has done a great job as well, and to be perfectly honest, I think they can say successful tournament over.
Well, Stephen, great to have you with us for the last couple of days, and thanks for your company across Facebook, YouTube, across social media. It's been terrific to have your company from wherever you've been across the world. It's been far flung and it's been brilliant to bring you the coverage worldwide here at the Grandmasters European Cup. Started at 9 AM last Saturday morning, had 47 games on pitch 1, 39 of those with commentary, but we've showed them all on this pitch, and we've had some great cup finals and moments as well. So thanks very much for your company over the last 9 days, from myself, Cam Patterson, Stephen, from Cami and all our team that's been here over the last 9 days, and from our production office as well. Great to have you with us, and we'll see you somewhere down the road as we leave you with the great signs, sounds and everything here from Glasgow. It's goodbye from us.